my channel. I am back with this week's Teen Mom Recap. Before I get started with this week's video, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I post new videos weekly about the newest episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter. If that's something that you would want to watch, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this week's video. Mackenzie gets on a Zoom call with the rest of the cast to announce that her and Casanio decided to do IVF, and they show a flashback. He goes to give a sperm sample, and the nurse says, "Don't worry, we have magazines to help you." Magazines? Do they actually still sell porn magazines? This bum-ass sperm clinic doesn't even have videos? Afterwards, the nurse asks, "Well, how was it?" "The hardest thing I've ever done in my life." Well, yeah, them crusty-ass old magazines from the 80s probably had girls with a full bush in it. No wonder you couldn't get off. They get the results back, and the doctor says that an average man's sperm count is 15 million or so. But Casanio has 41 million in his sample. Super sperm on top of everything. Amazing. While they're in the Zoom call, Macy announces that she's been impressed by Ryan's girlfriend, Amanda. She's been showing up to Bentley's games even when Ryan's not there. While Macy's babbling, Ace, Cheyenne's son, keeps saying, "Damn! Damn!" And Cheyenne's like, "Oh my god, stop." No, let him keep going. I think he was about to continue and say, "Damn, Macy, why you all up Amanda's ass?" Nova gives a card to Tyler to ask him to the father-daughter dance. Caitlin says this is really important because it shows our daughter how she's supposed to be treated by a man in the future. Tyler wonders if Brandon and Carly go to these types of dances together. He says, "I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to do this with Carly." Next is Leah. She asks her girls, "Do your friends have boyfriends?" "Yeah." "What about you guys?" Gracie says, "Yeah, I have a little boyfriend myself." "Okay, I just want you guys to have open communication with me." Whenever Leah doesn't have a man, her scenes are so forced. Like PSA, after school special bullshit. I can't stand her scenes. So Leah calls Corey. "So Gracie's dating. Do you think this is a normal age?" He says, "Yeah, I would say that it is. I'm open to Gracie going on dates. It's probably time to start talking with her about birth control." Leah says, "Girls are supposed to see a gynecologist at age 13. At least that's what I read online. I thought that was a little early." "Oh yeah, that's a lot early, the fuck?" I don't think a lot of 13-year-olds would appreciate that. And I always heard that it was like 16 to 18 that you're supposed to go there, which sounds a little bit more reasonable to me. Ryan's mom asks Macy out to lunch with her and Amanda. After the call, Taylor asks Macy, "Did you know Amanda?" "Kinda, yeah. She was in my class in high school." And I love this part. So MTV finally addresses and confirms that that was in fact Amanda in Macy's 16 and Pregnant episode. It's when they were at her alternative school and she's like, "What are you gonna name him? Bentley?" They even show the old footage. Like, oh my god, I was kind of not sure about it, but that TikToker that first posted about it, she was right. That legit was Amanda. Then Macy says in her trademark flat voice, "Isn't that crazy?" And then Macy says, in the most politically correct way possible, "How do you feel about our kids being around people who haven't had the easiest road in life or made the best decisions?" Which is like the nicest possible way to say, "Taylor, should we have our kids around this here crackhead?" Taylor says that he wants to get to know Amanda before letting their kids around her. Macy says to let people show who they are first, which she kind of already did, but whatever. Amanda tells Ryan about the upcoming lunch, and I was actually very interested to actually see Amanda talking on camera. Like, I read so much online, I just want to observe the lovely lady for myself. "Are you nervous?" "Yeah, I want a friendship with Macy. I get it, I'm the new girlfriend, and she wants her kids to be comfortable around me and trust me. The things that they read and heard about me are not me. I'm all about family. Family is very important to me." Ryan, who is a man of many words, just nods in agreement. Thank you for the encouragement, Ryan. Brianna is very proud of her mom. "She sounds better whenever I talk to her on the phone. She's been in rehab for 3 weeks now." On today's call, Roxanne announces, "Hey, I ended my detox today. Can you believe it? I'm shocked and I'm exhausted. I just haven't slept all week." "Are you proud of yourself?" "Yeah, I really am. It makes me sad that they never advised me to get off of the methadone before." Mackenzie has another new project, which is that she's opening up a cheer gym in a couple of months. She also goes to the IVF clinic to start the process. The doctor tells her that she has to take birth control first to regulate her cycle, and then she will have to do a series of daily hormone shots for the IVF. And this seems to genuinely shock Mackenzie. She's like, what? Hormones cancel my insulin. I tried birth control once and it made my sugar go through the roof. And the doctor says, well, we might have to postpone the cycle if you can't do birth control. So there's a lot of meds involved that mess with your hormones? And the doctor actually pauses and stares did you really not know this? She seems to not be able to believe that Mackenzie did not know this going in, and she slowly is like, yes. Oh, I don't know. I had awful depression when I was on birth control. I was suicidal. That medicine scares me. Which, that's really sad, but did you not know that IVF was going to involve a lot of hormones? I thought that was pretty common knowledge. Did you not know what you were signing up for here? Did nobody tell you until this point? Next is Leah. She talks to her girls about the gynecologist. And that's just great. That is awesome. But just be prepared. All of Leah's scenes are like this for the rest of the episode. And I saw the preview for next episode and it involved Leah showing her girls how to put a tampon in. And it's just God, can Jalen please lift that NDA so we can get entertaining Leah scenes back? Thank you. I literally have no desire to watch her give her kids the birds and the bees talk. Why are you airing this? Why is this a storyline? Her girls ask, what's the gynecologist gonna be like? Oh, they'll do breast exams, they'll give you information. I feel like I lack that education, so I'm glad that you girls are getting it. Tyler says, I didn't get to do anything special with Carly, so I want to make sure I do these kind of father-daughter things with Nova and Beta, and Raya eventually. Tyler knocks on his front door and Nova greets him, and then they go out on their date to the father-daughter dance. Well, first they go out to eat. Nova asks, why were you and Mom kissing at 14? Because we liked each other. You just couldn't hold back. I guess not. What do boyfriend and girlfriend do in your grade, Nova? Hang out, they hug. Do they kiss? No, of course not. I would tell you that, Dad. Macy goes out to lunch with Amanda and Jen. Wow, remember when we were in class together in 2008, 16 years ago? I was there because I was pregnant, but what did you do to get into that alternative school? Well, I was kicked out of every single public school in the area for facts, drugs. I went through the ringer, but I'm not going back down. I recently had 2 full years sober, but then both my parents passed away. My mom was in active addiction, and she used with me. I don't want to paint her like a bad mom, though. She had me when she was real young. Anyway, she ended up overdosing. My father got bone cancer soon after that. That's not an excuse for my relapse, but it was very hard. As of right now, I'm about to be 1 year sober. But even when I was sober in the past, I wasn't happy. Now, I am, though. I know we've known each other since high school. I was nervous to see you again, but you make me feel so comfortable. Jen says, when I heard you and Ryan were getting together, I didn't understand it or want it at all. Macy says, I felt the same way in my head. I was like, ugh! Damn, Macy, don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel. Amanda is, surprisingly mature about it, though. She just says, I know, I get it, I understand. If it was my son, I'd be like, hold on. But me and Ryan know, if one of us relapses, we would leave each other. No strings attached. I just want to see him be a dad and be successful. And I have to say, Amanda actually did not come off that bad in this scene. She seemed pretty mature and reflective, so good for her. Roxanne's therapist calls Brianna to tell her that Roxanne is not doing too well. She says Roxanne didn't do any groups today. This is ridiculous. She's not doing anything. She's in a bad mood, walking around the facility in a blanket. I just ignored her. I'm not doing this. You gotta work the program. I can't tell if this therapist is, very real or, very unprofessional. Brianna is not happy. Basically, all those phone calls where her mom said she was doing well were all bullshit. Manipulative Roxanne back at it again. Mackenzie is really worried about the IVF hormones messing with her mental health. She says, what if I go crazy? I went crazy when I was pregnant last time and Josh literally couldn't handle it. He just left. Cassania says, I ain't going nowhere. I would not let you go through this alone. She says, sometimes you need to let me let out negative emotions, though. And in her confessional, she says, Cassania's response is always, let's be positive. He doesn't really want to talk out the bad stuff with me. But still, he's my rock. I'm going to go to the endocrinologist to check on my hormones and see if it'll be okay for me to do IVF. Next is Leah. Addie gets in the car and asks, why does it stink in here? And without any segue, Leah just says, we're taking your sisters to the gynecologist today. It won't be invasive, it's just to get established. So she takes them to the doctor, and then she picks them up and asks, was it scary? Not really. The doctor was nice. They made us feel like we've been there for years. Did you learn anything there that's not taught in schools? Well, we already learned all that stuff from you. And what should we do about that, girls? We could change laws. Let's reach out to the legislature. Let's do some searching. Who's our representative? Kayla Young? Oh, that's our state representative. I love her. Let's write her a letter. What has this show become? I feel like I'm in middle school with this PSA bullshit, bro. Bring back the trash. Like, I'm trying to see Janelle screaming at Nathan that she can feel his boner on her back. I already know what a period is. I have no desire to watch Leah teach her kids about it. Like, do they not know their audience? There is not, like, 13-year-old kids watching this. Brianna has a virtual therapy session with her mom, and she invites Brittany. Brianna warns Brittany, by the way, mom was, like, all affront, all that stuff she said about doing good. She's not actually participating in the rehab at all. So is there anything you want to say to her? And Brittany just says, I don't like her and I don't trust her. Well, for me, I want to talk it out with her. Like, what's the tea? Brittany says the tea's just gonna be lies, so who cares? And they did not film the therapy session, which is like, wow, even Brianna's refusing to film now? That's annoying. But they do show Brittany leaving the room early. She says, I don't give a fuck what you say. You're a bad parent and you're selfish. The producer's like, what's going on? And Brittany says, the therapist was having my mom do these breathing exercises, and I interrupted that shit. I said, I don't care about your trauma. I don't want you in my life. See you later. Brianna comes out of the room and says that her mom told Brittany to shut the fuck up, and their mom hung up about only halfway into the call, and they only get an hour a week. She says, I'm the only one acting like an adult here. This is a toxic triangle. And toxic triangle is an amazing way to describe the De Jesus family. I'm surprised that I didn't think of that. And I do want to say that while Brittany is being very harsh to their mom, when you're dealing with an addict, they will absolutely push you to your limit like that. They will exhaust you till you get to that point. So I kind of get it. And I'd be pissed too if, like, clearly someone's paying for that rehab. Someone's taking care of her house for weeks. We saw that last episode. And then that person's not even taking it seriously? Like, why did you even go? Macy comes back home from her lunch with Amanda. Taylor asks her, are you nervous that her and Ryan have been together a while at this point? They both know that you're not supposed to be in a relationship until you're at least a year sober. It's too late now. They've been together 9 months. I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me, but it's out of my control. Tyler and Nova come back from the dance. Tyler says there was a lot of dads there not moving and grooving, but we were though. And Nova says, I can't wait to get my heels off. Later in a confessional together, Tyler says, I think you're an amazing kid, Nova. And she says, well, I think you're an amazing father. Aww. And that's all for this episode of Teen Mom, the next chapter. What do we think of Brittany going off on Roxanne? Do you think Roxanne deserved it? Or do you think Brittany was being too harsh? What is your first impression of Ryan's girlfriend, Amanda? Make sure to leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every week.